This is Robert Kraft, and I'm your host on SNN.Network, and we're proud to be media sponsors for the upcoming Precious Metals Summit Virtual Investor Conference in Beaver Creek virtually. But it's the Beaver Creek Show, and now they're going virtual, and we're very excited to be the media sponsors there. Joining me right now is Bradley Rourke. He is the CEO of Scottie Resources. It's a publicly traded company. The symbol is SCOT on the TSX Venture. Bradley, welcome to SNN Network. How are you doing today?
Yeah, I'm well, thank you, Robert. I can't complain. Everything's moving smoothly right now. It almost scares me, but things are going well. Thank you.
You know, it looks like a beautiful day on the property, I must say. Look at that back there. I want to go swimming. Is that the lake right there?
It's a glacier.
Oh, it's a glacier.
That's the Salmon Glacier. That's a Barrington Glacier, and that's the drill sitting up on our Blueberry property. So when you get a beautiful weather day like that, it's a good day to get work. But the crews will be up on a different drill today because we're having good weather. We have two drills there. We have a skid drill, which is what you see there. And then we have a fly drill that's up in the higher altitude. So on good weather days, we get up on top of the mountain and do those more difficult terrains. And then if we get weathered out, we can always get to these. So we try and keep production going.
Very cool. All right, so let's take a step back. Can you provide us a little bit of an overview and history of Scottie Resources, and then we'll dig into the project a little more?
Sure. Well, I'd take up an hour if you knew me. I like to talk a lot, but I'll make it quick. So I got involved in, say, at the end of 2015, early 2016. I live in the area. My property is situated in a place called the Golden Triangle, which is in Northwest BC. I've been fortunate enough that I've pretty much lived more than half of my adult life up here, raised my family up in the area. Because I was local to the area, and the town I've lived in is a town called Smithers. It's kind of a mining hub for the north, so you kind of get to know what's going on. And I've been running around those mountains since, I guess, 1989. So I'm very familiar with the area. I thought we'd be where we are today, maybe in 2017. So I got involved, and so basically it's a past producing gold mine. Which first attracted me to, was the first thing that drew my attention to the opportunity. That and Peridium was building a power line right beside this old past producing gold mine. So that would be 5 years ago. Fast forward to now. In those 5 years, I think I've done 14 transactions. We started with 400 hectares. Now Scottie's just shy of 25,000 hectares of really prospective ground. And we did all the science and all the stuff that you're supposed to relog. We remodeled. I had some really fantastic geology teams come in here, and we started testing our theories for the first time last year, and right around Beaver Creek time, actually. And we drilled a small drill program and tested 3 zones, and we hit on all 3. And so we're following up on that this year. So we're really excited and see if we just keep testing the models that my smart guys have put together, and so far so good.
Nice. Well, what would you say that makes the company unique and different compared to some of your peers out there?
Well, I want to be known as a pure exploration play, but the fact that I have a past producing mine that's permitted gives me a little bit of extra, that'd be different than a pure exploration play. So we've again, as I accumulated land in around the Scottie, that was never available to the past producers of that mine. So I think, I'm situated kind of in between Peridium, the Bruce Jack mine, and SCOT is mine. And so I used to be the smallest house on a really good street. Now I own a good portion of that street. I think there's a lot of those lands that have very little information on it. They're one particular piece of land that's around the Scottie gold mine was privately held. So there was no min files. There were, but there's no real information like you would if public companies are working on projects. So getting at that is really, it's unwalked ground and surrounding a gold mine. So that's the opportunity that again, until you put the straws in the ground, but we're working on those theories. And so what would make me unique is, I have the past producing mine part. I'm in the Golden Triangles. challenging to work in. It's logistically a little bit challenging. I live here. I don't find it, but I mean, I understand. But I'm a road accessible project, which makes it easy for us in that part of the world. And like I say, now I have a district scale piece of land that's never been compiled before. And so far, so good. The geology's exciting us enough to keep going, and us and the people who've chosen to support us up to now.
So as you've alluded to a little earlier, you've been walking the land since you've been living there a long time, let alone walking the land since 1989. So tell us a little bit about your background. I mean, do you have experience with other mining companies and other juniors in the area as well?
Well, I have one of these crazy resumes I sent. So in my 20s, I lived up here in the north, and I was in the mining service business. And so I was, in my 20s, and I was a claim staker, and I built camps and cut line, and I did all that service work for 8 years, pretty much 8 years solid. And we were kind of and I was the right-hand man. I wasn't my company back then, but I was the right-hand man to a guy named Bruce Hobson. All the old timers will know who Bruce Hobson is, but we did all Murray Pesham's work, lots of Hunter Dickinson's work. I staked Comess mines. My name are on the tags. It used to be called Johansson Lake. So I really understand the service side of the mineral business. And then when mining stopped in British Columbia, call it 1998, 1999, for a series of reasons, then I went, put a shiny pair of shoes on, went to Calgary at the right place, right time, and became a businessman. And I was lucky enough that we did a few things that ended up being very big things. And then was able to take a little bit of time off in my life. So in 2006, I decided to move back to Smithers to raise the kids. So pretty much I was just kicking around, building a house and just raising the children. And I was lucky. I had a few years off, let's say. I took a few years off. And literally this opportunity started out with me helping out a couple local guys from Stewart, and the direction, it just wasn't fitting. I mean, it just, the way I see things, and because of my connections on the institutional level, being from the real estate and energy is what I did in Calgary, and I'd had 6, 7, 8 years off, and then I was like, okay, well, I can do this. And then my education started, because mining's from this end and running an exploration company, it's a little bit different, and the rules are a bit different than the traditional business models that I've been used to. But I survived it in a bear market, and then so here we are, hopefully at the beginning of better times. I'd say the sales are riffling. I wouldn't say they're inflated yet, but I mean, it's working in our direction. So I'm a businessman who's been very lucky in, like I say, real estate, energy. I've probably I've been involved in starting up, I don't know, more than a dozen public companies in my life. Yeah.
So then, from what you can tell us, what would you say are some of the company's value catalysts now moving forward?
Well, I think we took so long getting this science together, and doing a small program. It's been such a struggle to fund yourself and keep things going. And then now we're in a position that I'm comfortably funded right now. I don't even have to think about going to the market today or anytime soon. So that allows us to do what we're supposed to do, right? And so I think with an expanded drill program and having the success that we had, and I'm already seeing it because my phone rings and it's all the right people phoning, and they're curious. They want to come up and they want to look. They kind of see some of the names that have lent themselves or to support the company. And now, it's just a matter of science. The Golden Triangle has gold everywhere. Everybody knows there's lots of smoke, but you really, really, really need to dig down to find where those baskets, those bigger pockets, potato patches of gold are, so to speak. So I think, we've got a pretty consistent team out there for about 3 years now. And again, we tested the theories that we took 2 years to put together, and they were very successful for this year. And I'll have drills news coming out in about 2 weeks, and we'll see what's in store for us here in the next little while. So we're excited. Yeah, I'll have my first hole to the assay lab, I think, on Monday. So
nice. All right. Well, so everybody, for perspective, we're recording this on July 17th. So if you happen to be watching this a little bit later, then
Correct. Sorry.
You get the update. No, it's all good. Where can my audience now go to find everything that they need to know about Scottie Resources?
Well, I think we got a pretty informative webpage. There's a lot of information there. And then from there, and if somebody has any questions, I mean, my number's still on the webpage, so I'm still taking personal phone calls. It's getting a little bit more difficult, but for the next couple, 3 months, you know, we're in the bush, and we'll come out then. But I mean, the best way is just to get a hold of me, and if I don't know the answer, I'll make sure I get it to one of the appropriate teams. But the website's pretty informative, and just pick up that phone, give me a call. Yeah.
All right, Bradley, we got to end with take your background down. Let's show everybody the house you built yourself. I mean, this is too cool.
Well, it was really fun. Like I say, although sometimes it seemed some
look at that. It's the real deal right there.
Hard work, but yeah, for about 5 of those years, I tried to become a woodworking guy, and I'm not, you know, and I'm too ADHD to be a woodworking guy, but I've got all the bad cuts and all the trims and such, and so it was a fun project. I did it. It's not my expertise, I know that. So, but what a blessing, and to live up in you know, Smithers in the Northwest BC is such beautiful country, and so we're blessed to be up here for sure.
Very cool. Well, Bradley, thank you again for taking the time to do the interview with us. I wish you guys good luck, stay safe, and I look forward to our next update.
All right, thank you very much for your time. You stay safe. Have a great weekend.
Thank you, Bradley. This has been Robert Kraft. I'm the host of SNN.Network, and we are the media sponsors for the upcoming Precious Metals Summit Virtual Investor Conference. And we'll take it from there. Thank you very much.
All right. Take care.